All right, playoffs. The Bills are going to make the playoffs. I feel pretty confident about that. I felt confident about that before this win.
Yeah.
I still feel pretty confident they're going to make the playoffs. They're in a very good spot. The division. Does it feel like we shouldn't talk about the division? Right now, the odds, it still is more likely they miss the playoffs than win the division.
Really? That's still true?
It's still true. 11-9. 11, according to the New York Times playoff machine, 11% chance they miss, 9% chance they win the division. If the Giants win tonight, that changes. Now it's a little bit more likely to win the division than miss the playoffs, 15-11. So basically, the Bills' chances to win the division would not quite double tonight if the Giants won, but it would, it would help.
I guess my biggest holdup is New England's got to lose a specific game. Probably for the Bills to win this division.
Well, they have to. Well, the specific game is the Bills game.
Well, there's two then,
and then they just have to lose two more, or and the Bills run the table,
or they lose to Miami.
If they lose to Miami,
if they lose to the Bills and the Dolphins, and the Bills run the table, the Bills, I believe, I don't know what the next tiebreaker is.
They would need to lose to more than just the Dolphins.
Okay, so because that would bring them into a tie in division record.
No. You're right. You're right about that. Sorry. I did this last week where I got confused.
They have 0 losses in the division. The Bills have 2.
Right.
You beat them. And there's 1, and you need Miami probably to beat them. There's 2.
Yes.
And then we go to the next tiebreaker, and then we're figuring that out. And I don't know what the next one is. So I need tiebreakers to start going in my direction. I don't know. I don't want to think it's totally cooked.
I don't think it's totally cooked.
But it's hard for me to take it seriously until I see them actually lose one of these games. If they lost tonight, tomorrow it's all I'll be thinking about. You beat them, you tie them in the standings, and now we could start fighting the fight on tiebreakers and figuring that out.
Yeah.
But I gotta, they haven't done it. They haven't come super close. In many of them, I mean, Atlanta, it was an extra point, right? That was the difference in that game. And Tampa came pretty close, but Tampa's not a bad team. All the other bad teams, they smoked Carolina. They smoked Cleveland. They crushed the Titans. They won pretty comfortably against the Saints. It's not coming down to last plays of the game when they're playing these bad teams. So that's my holdup. Are the Giants a bad team, though? Are they better than your typical bad team because the quarterback is pretty good and he's playing tonight?
So here's the way to lay that out, basically. You said that the Patriots have to lose a specific game and the Bills run the table. And that's true. If the Patriots were to lose to the Giants tonight, it no longer has to become a specific game. Now they can just lose to the Bills, and then they lose to the Ravens or the right?
So you would need another one.
You would still need another one, but it wouldn't need to be Miami. There's a scenario you're laying out where it needs to be Miami because the Bills need to be a full game ahead of New England on tiebreakers.
The difference is in your scenario, they're losing 3, and in mine, they're losing 2.
Right, that's right. So basically what I'm saying is if they were to lose tonight, it could be Miami, it can be the Jets, it can be Baltimore, and they're all the same.
That's right.
If they indeed lose to the Bills. So it's still a long road, but it could happen.
And them having the bye week going into the Bills game is probably pretty helpful.
You would think, yeah. Rob in North Tonawanda is up. Hey, Rob, good morning.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Happy Victory Monday.
Happy Victory Monday.
I wanted to say I went into this game being confident for the Bills' defense because of watching the Steelers' offense. They've just been out of sync. I mean, especially DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers, and and probably because of Aaron Rodgers' age, and I'm just so confident about our defense, but our offense. With the weather changing and that, I like that we can game plan around Cook. That's what we need. That's what I feel confident more of, him running the ball well. And then you see Ray Davis coming in for Cook and making getting over 10 yards of carry. And it's if I'm Joe Brady going in the rest of the season, we gotta really use James Cook till he, in quote unquote, when Shane Gailey said something or whoever it was about CJ Spiller, do it till he pukes because that'll lessen down the turnovers, and I think and especially like I said, the rest of these teams that we're playing, they give up a lot of big runs like Philadelphia and Cleveland and Cincinnati does too.
Yeah, I mean, Listen, if the Bills are able to have game scripts where all they need to do is run the ball, then they're in very good shape.
Yeah.
Because they're very good at that. One thing I would say about the defense yesterday, the defense looked pretty good. And that's, to me, hey, take it for what it is. The Steelers' offense has been going the wrong direction.
Yep.
Very much the wrong direction. The last 4 games, Pittsburgh's offense is 26th in EPA per play and 29th in EPA per dropback. That's a bad team. It's not. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Bills here. Any win was a good win considering the number of injuries they had. You want to say the defense looks great in this game, I'm with you. I would not get to I feel great about the defense yet. That's a Pittsburgh team that can't throw it. And next week it's Cincinnati. Now if they hold Cincinnati to 17 points, I think that'd be pretty good. 20 points would be pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think Cincinnati, despite a worse record, is a much, much bigger challenge for this Bills team because they might find themselves getting to a script where they have to throw the ball. And when they have to throw in obvious passing situations, that's when this team is, not at its best.
To be fair, though, when's the last time you felt like they lost a game because of their defense?
Fair.
I'm not saying it's great.
No, that's right. The last time they lost a game because of their defense, it was not Houston.
New England?
It was not New England. They gave up 23 points.
So then it hasn't happened this year.
It probably hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened this year. It's how I can't get too worried. I don't think they're great.
It should have happened against Baltimore, but they won.
There you go.
Right?
It should have been Baltimore.
Atlanta, they gave up a lot in the first half, and then
they shut them out in the second half.
They locked them down.
I don't know that I would say it about any game this year. You're right to say Baltimore would have been that. And when I look at the playoff field, did you watch Denver last night?
Yeah.
They can stop Denver. Maybe they can't stop the Colts if they're healthy. I still cannot believe Daniel Jones is playing on a broken leg. He did not run yesterday, so that might be different. Can they stop? They can stop Pittsburgh. We know that. I think they can stop almost everybody that would be in the playoff field. Am I that worried about Jacksonville? Who am I worried about them getting blown by 40 points?
Yeah.
How many teams are they going to get thrashed by? Just don't, other than Indy, maybe, because if you're that afraid of their ground attack just going nuts against you, that would be the team. But other than that, I'm not really worried about their defense. Well, I can't get there.
The other answer, of course, is
Kansas City.
Sure, yeah.
But they're not going to make it.
While we're at the weather changing point, all right, if you want 30 seconds here on the playoffs and what they have to prove, what happens in the playoffs every year? Every year in the playoffs, the Chiefs come and play the Bills, either here or there, and they go to elite level offense.
Yep.
And they don't do it running the ball. The idea that in the playoffs you're going to have to run. Well, every year in the playoffs you get beat in the passing game by the Chiefs.
Yes.
That's what happens. So is your counter to run?
The one time the Bengals did it too.
That's right. But the counter is going to be to run the ball. Okay, that might work. We'll see. I think the Bills have a good chance in the AFC. They don't match up well against a couple different teams. The New England game, I hear the New England game consistently kind of just explained away as hey, they turned it over 3 times and they needed a last-second field goal to beat you. It's yeah, that's right. On the road, you turned it over a couple times, or whatever, at home. The Patriots are on the road, forced a couple turnovers, something you do regularly, and beat you in a game where your offense didn't look great. That's not that unusual either. So Nate and I were talking about it on pregame, how there's no team in the AFC that you have to fear. And the same time, I don't think any of those teams has to fear the Bills right now.
I would agree with that.
They don't look like a team I would be afraid of.
Right, they're part of it.
Yes.
They're part of the lack of fear.
Yes. Which is unfortunate because maybe you feel like this would have been a year to, buy something big at the deadline. Had you gotten that done and taken a big step forward, a couple of teams tried to do that. In the AFC, who's the biggest buyer? Who was it? It was Seattle in the NFC. And then
biggest buyer?
It was Jacoby Myers to the Jags, who, by the way,
Indy traded for Sauce Gardner.
That's true, too.
And they lost him yesterday to a calf injury. Although I guess it's not his Achilles. Everyone was assuming that was a torn Achilles, and I guess it's just a severe calf injury.
By the way, Jacoby Myers has gone right into Jacksonville and looked good. At 6 for 90 and a touchdown yesterday.
Yep.
So it's a good move by Jacksonville. We'll see. You and I are going to talk about this all week because it's my new thing to talk about with you, which is we're still living in the world where the AFC to us is a team where you're not allowed to win it unless your quarterback's amazing. We still live in that reality where we think that is the norm.
Well,
and yet here we are. We're in the craziest, wildest season. Wow, this is so crazy. What do you think's going to happen? And I think a lot of people are like, well, one of the good quarterbacks will win it. It'll either be Allen or Lamar or Patrick Mahomes or whatever. You're not going to trust Bo Nix to do it,
right?
Because Bo Nix hasn't made the Super Bowl out of the AFC since like 2006. In the NFC, Bo Nix, finger quotes, has made the Super Bowl 7 times.
Right.
The AFC has long been just completely owned by 3 quarterbacks.
Maybe a Bills fan's most fearful of Houston right now.
Maybe
that's the team you're most fearful of. Just because of the defense.
I mean, it was pretty scary. Yeah. 803-0550, 1-888-550-2550. Right back to your calls and, more analysis. Bills beat the Steelers. And we'll also just, enjoy listening to what happens in Pittsburgh as it all breaks down there. I've been loving it for years there in Pittsburgh.